I never meant for any of this to happen. 10 years of marriage, and I still remember the day I met Mike Anderson. He was different then, or maybe I just didn't see him clearly. The investment banker with the gentle smile and kind eyes. The man who promised me the world. Now, as I sit across from him at our dining table, I barely recognize him. Or myself. The silence between us has become a living thing, heavy and suffocating. He's focused on his laptop, as usual, the blue light casting shadows across his face. I scroll through my phone, pretending to check emails, but my mind is elsewhere. With Jamie. The thought of him makes my heart race, even as guilt gnaws at my conscience. Jamie Cooper walked into my real estate office 3 months ago. Charming, sophisticated, with a smile that could melt ice. He was looking for a luxury property, he said. Something discreet, away from prying eyes. I should have known then that something wasn't right. But I was too caught up in his attention, in the way he made me feel alive again. Mike hasn't looked at me that way in years. We've become strangers sharing a beautiful house in Boston's suburbs. 2 people playing roles in a perfect lie. Any interesting properties today? Mike asks, not looking up from his screen. His voice startles me from my thoughts. The usual, I reply, keeping my tone casual. That new development in Brookline is almost ready to list. He nods, already distant again. I wonder what he'd do if he knew. If he could see the texts on my phone. If he knew about the meetings with Jamie. About the plan. The insurance policy was Jamie's idea. $5 million, he'd whispered in my ear, his breath warm against my skin. And all our problems disappear. I told myself it was just talk at first. Fantasy. Nothing real. But then Jamie introduced me to his friends. Marcus and Derek, he called them. Professional problem solvers, he said with a wink. That's when it became real. That's when I crossed a line I never thought I'd cross. My phone buzzes softly. A text from Jamie, everything set for tomorrow night? I glance at Mike, but he's still absorbed in his work. Yes, I type back, my hands trembling slightly. Marcus and Derek know what to do. Jamie's response is immediate, perfect, beautiful. Soon we'll be free. Free. The word echoes in my mind. Is that what I want? Freedom from this silent house? From the man I once loved? From the guilt that threatens to consume me? I excuse myself from the table, needing space to breathe. In our master bathroom, I stare at my reflection. The woman looking back at me is both familiar and strange. Designer clothes, perfectly styled hair, manicured nails. The successful real estate agent. The faithful wife. The woman planning her husband's murder. My phone buzzes again. This time it's Marcus, confirming the details. They'll make it look like a home invasion gone wrong. Quick, clean, PR. Professional. Mike won't suffer, they promised. I feel sick. But I can't stop now. The pieces are already in motion. Tomorrow night, everything changes. I return to the dining room, forcing a smile. Mike has finally closed his laptop. I'm heading to the office early tomorrow, he says. Big meeting with investors. I nod, wondering if these are the last normal words we'll ever exchange. Drive safe, I say, the words tasting like ash in my mouth. That night, I lie awake beside him. His breathing is steady, peaceful. How can he sleep so soundly while I'm drowning in guilt? I think about the first years of our marriage. The love we shared. The dreams we built. When did it all start to crumble? Was it the long hours at his investment firm? The growing silence? The feeling that he was always somewhere else, even when he was right beside me? Or was it me? Did I give up too easily? Did I let the silence win? Jamie says I deserve better. Says Mike never appreciated me. Never saw my true worth. But in the darkness of our bedroom, doubts creep in. Morning comes too quickly. Mike leaves early, just as he said he would. A quick kiss on my cheek, the scent of his cologne lingering. I want to stop him. Want to confess everything. But I watch him drive away instead. Jamie calls an hour later. Everything's ready, beautiful, he says. Marcus and Derek will be there at 8. What if? I hesitate, my voice shaking. What if we just leave? Just you and me? Emma, he soothes. We've talked about this. The insurance money sets us up for life. Without it, we're just another couple running away. Is that what you want? No, it's not what I want. I want the dream he promised me. The villa in Italy. The life of luxury and passion. No more silent dinners. No more pretending. I spend the day in a daze. Showing houses to clients who blur together. Smiling and nodding at the right moments. All while my stomach churns with anxiety. At 6, I head home. The house feels different. Every room holds memories. The kitchen where Mike and I used to cook together. The living room where we'd watch movies on rainy Sundays. The study where he spends most of his time now. I pour myself a glass of wine. Liquid courage for what's to come. Marcus texts, on schedule. 8 p.m. I respond with a simple okay. My hands are shaking so badly I almost drop the phone. 7 o'clock. I hear Mike's car in the driveway. Earlier than expected. My heart races as he walks in. Hey, he says, setting down his briefcase. Thought I'd come home early for once. The irony makes me want to scream. That's nice, I manage. Would you like some wine? He nods, loosening his tie. We sit in the living room, an old habit. The silence between us feels different tonight. Heavier. Or maybe that's just my guilt. 7:30. Mike talks about his day. Something about market fluctuations and client meetings. I nod. Not really listening. My eyes keep darting to the clock. To the windows. To the front door. 7:45. My phone buzzes. Jamie, almost time, beautiful. I excuse myself to the bathroom. Splash cold water on my face. Try to steady my breathing. In the mirror, I barely recognize myself. What have I become? 7:55. Back in the living room, Mike is on his laptop again. Always working. Always distant. This is why I'm doing this, I tell myself. This is why he has to go. 8 o'clock. A knock at the door. My heart stops. Mike looks up, frowning. Are you expecting someone? I shake my head, unable to speak. He stands, moving toward the door. This is it, I think. This is the moment everything changes. The moment I can't take back. The moment that will haunt me forever. Mike opens the door. What happens next changes everything I thought I knew about my husband. And about myself. Marcus and Derek burst in, faces masked. But Mike doesn't react like I expected. There's no fear in his eyes. No surprise. Instead, I watch in horror as my quiet, predictable husband moves with lethal precision. Marcus throws the first punch. Mike dodges it like it's nothing. In one fluid motion, he grabs Marcus's arm. There's a sickening crack. Marcus screams. Derek pulls a gun. Mike moves faster than I thought possible. The gun goes flying. Derek follows, crashing into our coffee table. Glass shatters. I can't move. Can't breathe. This isn't happening. This can't be happening. In less than a minute, both men are on the ground. Unconscious or worse. Mike stands over them, breathing steadily. When he turns to look at me, his eyes are different. Cold. Professional. This isn't my investment banker husband. This is someone else entirely. Emma, he says, his voice calm and controlled. I think it's time we had a talk. My phone buzzes in my hand. Jamie, is it done? I stare at the message as my world crumbles around me. What have I done? What has he done? And who, exactly, is the man I married? The night has only begun. And I'm starting to realize that I'm not the only one living a perfect lie. Mike pulls out his phone, making a quick call. Rachel, it's me. We have a situation. His voice is different now. Commanding. Professional. I sink onto the couch, my legs unable to hold me. Two of Stone's men, he continues. Yeah, they're down but alive. Send a team. Stone? Who is Stone? What team? The man I married for 10 years never existed. Emma, Mike turns to me, pocketing his phone. We need to talk about Jamie Cooper. The sound of Jamie's name on his lips makes me flinch. How? I begin, but can't finish. How long have I known, he asks. About the affair? The murder plot? Or about Jamie's connection to Vincent Stone? My head spins. This can't be real. I'm not an investment banker, Emma. His voice is softer now, almost sad. I'm an FBI agent. Have been. For 15 years. The room seems to tilt. Jamie Cooper isn't who you think he is either. Mike moves to his study, returning with a laptop I've never seen before. He opens it, turning the screen toward me. James Cooper, professional con man. Photos flash across the screen. Jamie with different women. Different names. Different lives. He works for Vincent Stone, Mike continues. One of the most dangerous crime bosses on the East Coast. I feel sick. The insurance scam is their specialty. Find wealthy couples, seduce the wife, arrange an accident for the husband. Take the insurance money and disappear. The wife usually disappears too. Permanently. His words hit me like physical blows. You're lying, I whisper. But I know he's not. Deep down, I've always known something wasn't right about Jamie. About his promises. About his plans. Mike kneels in front of me. His eyes are different now. Softer. More like the man I married. I know our marriage hasn't been perfect, he says. The secrets I've kept, they've created a distance between us. But Emma, Jamie Cooper is playing you. And if we don't stop this now, you'll end up dead too. A sound at the door makes us both turn. A woman enters, followed by several men in tactical gear. Mike, she says, nodding professionally. This must be Rachel. His real partner. The team quickly secures Marcus and Derek. Reading them their rights. processing the scene. I watch it all like I'm underwater. Disconnected. Floating. My phone buzzes again. Jamie. Mike intercepts it before I can reach it. He'll keep trying to contact you, he says. And we're going to let him. Rachel approaches us. Stone's getting sloppy, she says. These two rolled over quickly. They've confirmed the whole operation. Mike nods. We need to move fast. Stone will know something's wrong when these two don't report back. He turns to me. Emma, I need your help. I laugh. It sounds hysterical even to my own ears. My help? I just tried to have you killed. And I need you to keep pretending you did. His voice is steady. Professional. Jamie needs to believe everything went according to plan. It's our chance to bring down Stone's entire operation. Rachel watches me carefully. Assessing. Judging. Can she handle it? She asks Mike. Like I'm not even there. She can, Mike says firmly. She has to. My hands won't stop shaking. What do you need me to do? The words come out before I can stop them. Mike's plan is simple. And terrifying. I'll tell Jamie the job is done. That Marcus and Derek succeeded. That my husband is dead. We'll meet to discuss the insurance claim. The FBI will be watching. Waiting. Stone will want to meet you himself, Mike explains. He always does, before the final stage. That's when we'll take them both down. And if something goes wrong? I ask. It won't, he promises. But we both know that's not true. Everything has already gone wrong. Rachel and her team leave with Marcus and Derek. The house feels empty. Broken. Like our marriage. Why didn't you tell me? I ask finally. About being FBI? Mike sits heavily on the couch. I couldn't. It was classified. I was deep undercover, tracking Stone's operation. The investment firm is a front. A way to monitor his money laundering. So everything was a lie? He looks at me then. Really looks at me. Not everything, he says softly. Not us. Not in the beginning. But we both know it's too late for that now. Too much has happened. Too many lies. Too many betrayals. My phone buzzes again. Jamie. Mike nods. It's time. My hands shake as I type the message. It's done. They made it look like a break-in. Mike's dead. Jamie's response is immediate. Perfect, beautiful. I'll pick you up tomorrow. We'll celebrate. I feel sick again. Mike reads the messages over my shoulder. His face unreadable. Get some sleep, he says finally. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. He moves to leave the room. Where are you going? I ask. The guest room. Of course. Nothing will ever be the same. I lie in our bed alone. Staring at the ceiling. Thinking about choices. About consequences. About the man I married. The man I betrayed. The man who turned out to be someone else entirely. Sleep doesn't come. Instead, I replay every moment with Jamie. Every smile. Every touch. Every lie. Was any of it real? Or was I just another Mark? Another lonely wife in his long con? Morning comes too slowly. I dress carefully. The grieving widow meeting her lover. Mike watches me from the doorway. The team will be in position, he says. Just act natural. Natural. Nothing about this is natural. Jamie's car pulls up at exactly 10. Sleek black Mercedes. Just like everything about him. Perfect on the surface. Rot underneath. Remember, Mike says. Get him to talk about Stone. About the other women. We need it on record. I nod, unable to speak. He catches my arm as I turn to leave. Emma. His voice is soft. Different. Be careful. For a moment, I see my husband again. The man I fell in love with. Then he's gone. Replaced by the FBI agent I never knew existed. Jamie is waiting in the car. His smile bright. Predatory. Hello, beautiful, he says. Leaning in to kiss me. I force myself not to pull away. To play my part. Is it done? He asks. Just like we planned? I nod, fighting nausea. Marcus and Derek were professional. His smile widens. Perfect. Stone will want to meet you. To discuss the insurance claim. Just like Mike said. When? I ask. Tonight. He likes to move quickly in these situations. Of course he does. We drive to an expensive restaurant. Jamie orders champagne. Celebrates my husband's death. Talks about our future. I smile. Laugh at his jokes. Play my part. All will. Wearing an FBI wire. All while my very much alive husband listens. All while my world continues to crumble. Stone's going to love you, Jamie says. Sipping his champagne. He appreciates someone who can commit to a plan. The irony makes me want to scream. Instead, I smile. Tell me about him, I say. Playing the curious lover. The eager conspirator. Jamie talks. About Stone's operation. About the other women. About the bodies never found. Each word damning himself more. Each word proving Mike right. Each word showing me what a fool I've been. Tonight, Jamie says finally. 8 o'clock. Don't be late. Stone hates waiting. I nod, already dreading what's to come. The real game is just beginning. And I'm trapped in the middle of it. Between my FBI agent husband and the criminals who want us both dead. The perfect lie has become a deadly truth. And there's no going back now. The warehouse looms ahead, dark against the night sky. Jamie's hand rests possessively on my lower back, guiding me toward what could be my death. Remember, he whispers. Let me do the talking. Inside, the air is thick with tension. And the smell of expensive cigars. Vincent Stone sits like a king on his makeshift throne. A leather office chair behind a massive desk. He's older than I expected. Distinguished. Dangerous. So, his voice fills the space. This is the widow Anderson. His eyes assess me coldly. Looking for weakness. Looking for lies. Beautiful work with the husband, he says. Very convincing. Jamie beams with pride beside me. She was perfect, sir. Never hesitated. Stone rises, walking around his desk. Tell me, Mrs. Anderson. How does it feel to be a widow? I force myself to meet his gaze. Liberating, I lie. He laughs, but it doesn't reach his eyes. I like her, Jamie. She has spirit. His hand touches my cheek. It takes everything I have not to flinch. The insurance papers, he continues. They're being processed? I nod, remembering my briefing. My lawyer submitted everything this morning. Excellent. He returns to his desk. Picks up a cigar. And you understand the arrangement? 50% of the payout goes to our organization. For services rendered. Jamie squeezes my waist. Warning me. Reminding me to play along. Of course, I say. That was always the deal. Stone smiles. It's terrifying. You know, he says casually. You're not the first widow we've helped. Jamie has quite the track record. My heart pounds. This is what we need. His confession. Really? I ask, feigning interest. Tell me more. Stone leans back, enjoying his moment. 6 this year alone. All tragic accidents. All grieving widows. All very generous with their insurance payouts. Jamie shifts uncomfortably beside me. Sir, perhaps we shouldn't. Nonsense, Stone cuts him off. Mrs. Anderson is family now. She should know what she's part of. He continues talking. About his operation. About the other women. About their dead husbands. Each word captured by my wire. Each confession damning him further. Suddenly, his phone rings. His face changes as he listens. What do you mean they talked? His eyes snap to me. Cold. Deadly. Find them. Now. He hangs up. The atmosphere shifts instantly. It seems, he says slowly, that Marcus and Derek have been arrested. Jamie's hand tightens painfully on my waist. And they've been very chatty with the FBI. My heart stops. This is it. The moment it all falls apart. Sir, Jamie starts. But Stone silences him with a look. Check her. 2 guards appear from the shadows. Hands rough as they search me. Finding the wire. Stone's face contorts with rage. You stupid bitch. Jamie shoves me away from him. I don't understand, he stammers. She couldn't be. FBI. Everyone on the ground. The warehouse erupts in chaos. Gunfire. Shouting. Smoke grenades explode. Through the chaos, I see Mike. Moving with deadly precision. This is the real him. The soldier. The agent. Not my quiet investment banker. Someone grabs me from behind. Jamie. His arm around my throat. Gun to my head. Back off, he screams. Or I'll kill her. The smoke clears slightly. Mike stands 20 feet away. His gun trained on Jamie. It's over, Cooper, he says calmly. Anderson? Jamie's voice cracks. But you're dead. Sorry to disappoint. Stone makes a break for the door. Rachel and her team cut him off. You bitch, Jamie hisses in my ear. You set me up. You never loved me, I reply. I was just another mark. His grip tightens. You're right, he laughs bitterly. And now you're going to die anyway. No, Mike's voice is steel. She's not. The shot is deafening. Jamie's grip loosens. He falls. Red blooming on his shoulder. I stumble forward. Away from him. Into the chaos. Stone is in handcuffs. his empire crumbling around him. Jamie writhes on the ground, clutching his wound, cursing my name. Mike approaches slowly, his gun still raised. "Emma," he says softly. "Are you okay?" "I'm not. I'll never be okay again." But I nod anyway. Rachel appears beside us. "Stone's singing like a bird," she says. "We got it all on tape. The insurance scams. The murders. Everything." Mike nods, professional mask back in place. "Get them out of here." We watch as they're led away. Stone. Jamie. The guards. An empire of lies destroyed in one night. What happens now? I ask. My voice sounds strange to my own ears. "Now," Mike says, "we deal with us." The ride home is silent, heavy with unspoken words, broken trust, shattered lies. We enter our house, our beautiful house of cards. Everything looks the same. Nothing feels the same. "I'm sorry," I whisper. The words inadequate, meaningless. "For which part?" he asks. "The affair? The murder plot? Or getting caught?" His words sting because they're true. "All of it," I say. "None of it. I don't even know anymore." He nods, understanding. "I'm sorry too. For the lies. For the secrets. For not being who you thought I was." We stand in our living room. Two strangers who know each other too well. "What happens now?" I ask again. He looks at me. Really looks at me. "That depends." "On what?" "On whether we want to try again. To start over. With the truth this time." I think about Jamie. About his lies. About Mike's lies. About my own. "Can we? After everything?" He steps closer. "I don't know. But I'm willing to try if you are." I look at my husband. The investment banker who never was. The FBI agent who saved my life. The man I betrayed. The man I might still love. "Yes," I whisper. "I want to try." It's not a happy ending. Not yet. Maybe not ever. But it's a beginning. A chance to rebuild. To start over. With truth instead of lies. With reality instead of perfection. It's all we have. It's all we can hope for. In a world where nothing is what it seems. Where perfect lies hide deadly truths. We choose to try again. End.